Hi everyone, today we're back with another Pokemon video, and this time we're playing Pokemon Radical Red, which is Pokemon Fire Red but kinda harder. So I will not be not looking the game, but I will add the rule that I can only catch the first Pokemon per route to make the game at least a little harder. Now let the journey begin! I decided to name myself Kai cause that is my channel's name, and I decided to name my rival Jay cause one of my friends' name is Jay. And I should mention that I did make the game randomized, as in Pokemon will be randomized, Pokemon's ability and learn sets will be randomized. So let's see how this will go. As I was about to leave my city, this really old guy stops me and tells me that I need a Pokemon of my own. So since I'm a completely random stranger from his town, he will give me one. And my options are Shitbug, Less Shitbug, and Flower. I wonder who I will pick between them. Yeah, I picked the flower, and I named it Flower. And I should probably apologize for my nicknames in this video because they're really bad, but I just wasn't bothered to think of any. I'll probably change them in the future, just give me some nicknames in the comments and I will change them to it if they're good enough. And as I am about to take my leave, my rival Jay stops me because he wants to battle, which did also remind me that I need to check Flower's movesets, ability, and stats. But about this battle, long story short, I won the battle, just like that. So after I beat Jay, I decided to check Flower's stats, moves, and ability like I said. Flower's ability was actually useful as it helps with it being a special attacker. But you see, the problem here is with the Flower's moveset, as it only has one attacking move, which is really not good at all. And you'll see why in the future. Since now we have our first Pokemon, no old man will stop us from going on our journey, so let's go. And turns out I'm wrong, as more old men will stop me from going on my journey, wow. So I ignore the old man, but this guy tells me that I need to make a delivery to Professor Oak. Yeah, makes sense, because you cannot trust random kids with delivery even though you do not know them at all. But since I'm such a nice kid, I went and delivered the parcel to Professor Oak, which turns out he forgot to give us Pokeballs and a Pokedex. Wow, such an old man, he forgets basic stuff. And then I decided to go to Jay's house because his sister was there alone. So I went to talk to her. Yeah, I went to talk to her, and she gave me a map. That's good. So since this time Professor Oak remembered to give me Pokeballs, I went to get my first encounter, which was a Bayleaf. New Pokemon. I ain't complaining about anything. So I caught the Bayleaf first try with a Pokeball at full HP because it was a level 2, and I decided to name it Dino. Again, I apologize about the really bad names, but as I said, I'm really not in the mood to think of any names. So I go to the old man again, and this time he's actually awake and not annoying. And as an apology, he's teaching me to catch a Pokemon, not like I just caught one a moment ago or anything. Yeah, thanks, I guess. The old man gave me some stuff that I will probably never use, and then I remembered that I needed to check Dino's movesets and ability and stats too. So let's check them out. Okay, so I know I said I'm not complaining, but come on! They only have one attacking move, and that attacking move has only 50% accuracy. Like, how is that gonna be any good? That would be a lot of trouble. And two moves even do the same thing with just one of them being lower accuracy, which is Metal Sound. Oh, and what about the ability? The ability is not anything good. So, sorry Dino, but you're not a good Pokemon overall. So I went to train up my team, and apparently I could have gotten a Rowlet instead of Dino. I could have gotten this cute round boy, but I got this ugly dinosaur. Okay, after a little training, I stopped and I decided to continue on with my journey. But then another person stops me because apparently I'm not allowed to go 2 steps without being stopped at all. Please, people, just let me go. That's all I'm asking for. Please, someone save me. So I will be ignoring this encounter right over here since I want to get it from the other side of the forest, because why not? Talking about the forest, guess who can get a new encounter in the forest? Me! Now let's... It's... Yeah, I'm not taking that, just kill it. Yeah, thanks Dino. That was a big help. So I am about to continue on my journey through the forest, so I decided to put a flower up first because it's a forest, and then another person stops me. Like, for God's sake, people, please just let me go, please. But yeah, I did win in the end, so it was alright. And this guy gave me an XP share for beating him. Thank you very much. So then I decided to go back a little to get the encounter that is right around the corner of this city that I keep forgetting the name of, and I will not be trying to remember it. And my encounter here is a lone duck trio. That's good actually, not bad at all. And being the amazing Pokemon master I am, I caught it first try. Since I'm such an amazing Pokemon master, I caught it totally first try. But then I misclicked on something and I accidentally did not nickname it. But don't worry, because this is Radical Red and not a Pokemon game, I can nickname it at any time I want. Thank God. Okay, I'm sorry again for the bad nicknames, but I named this one Trio. I know, not the best nickname, but as I said, I'm really not in the mood to think of any nicknames for any of my Pokemon, so I'm just naming them obvious stuff. So, as I was about to go through the forest, I remembered that I needed to check Trio's ability, stats, and moveset, so here we are. Ability, very trash. Moveset, not half as bad, it's actually pretty good. As I'm going through the forest and training, Trio does end up dying here, which I'm mentioning because it does end up being a huge problem. And you see, it was important to mention because here in this battle against this trainer, I run out of flash cannons, which means Flower can't attack at all anymore. So since Flower can't attack at all, I decide that it's better to switch into Dino, but well, you'll see what happens right here. Dino does miss a dynamic punch because it's 50%. He does attack with the other one and confuses the Vikavolt, but that doesn't really help much, and misses another dynamic punch. Attacks with the last one, and Vikavolt does attack itself, but it can't do anything anymore. And Vikavolt snaps out of confusion, making it zero chance that I can kill it anymore because neither Dino or Flower can attack, so I think you know how this ended. Yeah, I did end up losing this. I can't believe I did. Yeah, that's what I meant when I told you that a Flower and Dino knowing only one attacking move will be a problem in the future. So with having Trio and Dino and Flower being able to attack, I went back into this battle and I think it's very obvious how this went this time. Trio had to only use like what, 2 Pyro Balls to end this battle. It was really easy. I really feel dumb for losing it the first time. So as I said, a Flower and Dino knowing only one attacking move can be a really huge problem in the future. And it can be more, I just don't know yet. It probably will be. But kinda clutching in, Dino does end up learning Tackle, which I guess does help it because now it knows more than one attacking move. I end up teaching Dino Tackle instead of Metal Sound because Metal Sound and Fake Tears are almost the same thing, except Metal Sound is just a little less accurate. So I go on and I encounter a Vikavolt. I really wish I had this as my encounter, but So I went to the next city and surprisingly nobody stops me this time. Yeah, I go to the Pokemon Center and I do heal up my Pokemon, so it's alright. So I go to get my Route to encounter that I said I would get from here, and it says Snover. I'm not gonna complain about that actually, I have no problem with it. And also, not to mention, it does help me against my next boss battle, which is against a flying type user. But I needed to lower its HP without killing it, so I send Dino out because Flash Cannon will kill it, and Tackle won't. It's really low HP, so I can probably catch it. Oh, come on, I didn't catch it. Oh well, I still have one more Pokeball. Come on, this one will catch. It did not catch. I'm out of Pokeballs on this thing. Oh, come on. Not even an encounter from here. Not like I already have a lot of Pokemon to use, am I right? And with the only 3 Pokemon that I have, I decided to go and fight Faulkner so I can get to the gym leader. Faulkner uses a flying type Pokemon and he has 3 Pokemon, and I need to beat him to get to the gym, so let's fight him. So this is how the battle went. Yeah, I lost, and to make it even worse, he didn't even break a sweat. I didn't kill any of his Pokemon at all. But then I remember that I can get another encounter from Future City right over here. So let's see what I will get from here. Well, thank God, before I got my encounter, I remembered I didn't have any Pokeballs. So I got 4 Pokeballs and I went to catch the Pokemon over here. And I got a Frillish, and even better, I found out that this Frillish has an Ice-type move, which would really be useful if you really think about it. I am fighting a Flying-type user. So I attacked it with a Pyro Ball to increase its HP, then I decided to throw a Pokeball at it, and guess what? I did catch it from the first time. Wow, it's very surprising actually, after all that happened, not being able to catch any Pokemon. So I decided to name it Jelly, and I apologize again for the bad naming. And this time when I got Jelly, I remembered that I need to check its stats, ability, and its moves. So let's check them out. Sandveil isn't the best ability, but I could live with it. And another Pokemon that has only one attacking move. So helpful, am I right? So I went to train at Route 2 and see the Pokemon there. And the Pokemon here are so good. There's a Corviknight, a Buzzwole, a Grottle, and a Thwackey. And I didn't get any of those. And even if I would, I would have gotten a Snovert, which I didn't even encounter at all after the first time. Well, anyways, after training up Jelly, I decided to go and fight Falconer again. And this time was a lot different from last time actually, just because I added Jelly on the team. Look how it went. Yeah, Jelly died without doing anything, but I still have 3 other Pokemon that can probably damage it. Yeah, I have one more Pokemon that can probably damage it. Flower, come on out! Unlike my other teammates, the Flower was actually able to do stuff, as it had an Oran Berry and had its ability which made it even stronger because it went to lower than half HP, but this thing would keep healing up, so I wasn't able to kill it at all in the end anyways. So there was no difference. What is the difference between this battle and the last battle, you may be asking, since I lost them both? Last battle I lost 3 Pokemon, this time I lost 4 Pokemon. So after I lost again, I decided to go and train Jelly up even more. And while I was training him up, I saw this encounter which was a Ninetales, and I kinda do wish I got it instead of Jelly. No offense, Jelly. But, I mean, come on, it's another Ninetales. So after training up for a little bit, I decided to go and fight Falconer again. Hope I win this time, I'm really hoping so. I dare you to guess how the battle went out this time. You guessed right. We lost again, with every single member dying to the Rufflet or whatever. Well, except Trio. Trio was able to survive, and actually he was able to kill the Rufflet, surprisingly. So that's a point for Trio. Good job. But even though Trio was able to beat the Rufflet, it was not able to survive the Corvisquire, plus it had Hornclaw, which made it even stronger. So yep, that is another lose. Okay, that was enough training for today. I hope you all had fun watching my video, and I would like to see you all in my other videos. So goodbye and see you all later in another Pokemon video.